Professions in Phase 1 have been awesome. New hidden quests leading to powerful epic items received unanimous praise from the player base, and things are getting even better in Phase 2, so let's get straight into it. After the positive reception to Professions in Season of Discovery Phase 1, we are building and expanding on it significantly for Phase 2. Players will be able to discover approximately 20 new recipes across all non-gathering professions. This includes recipes for alchemy, enchanting, and engineering, along with leatherworking, tailoring, and blacksmithing. Professions will cap at 225 in Phase 2, and profession specializations will open later in Season of Discovery Phase 3. Just like in Phase 1, players will be able to undertake an epic quest chain to unlock access. No spoilers though. Recipes will also include some new materials that players will be able to find throughout the game and trade with others to get the items that they need the most to craft their wares. Here are just some of the recipes that you will find. So we got a couple of examples of new Helms, all of which have got their own 10-minute cooldown on use ability attached. A quick note on these Helms guys, if the Wowhead data mining is accurate, the Gnomerugan raid will not have any new Helms whatsoever, so really likely these Helms are going to be best in slot for most people. First up, Leatherworkers can make themselves the Rad Resistant Scale Hood, a male Helm with 11 strength, 10 agility, 11 stamina, and 10 intellect. 1% hit with melee and ranged, and a 10-minute cooldown on use ability. Immediately remove all active poison effects and gain immunity to nature damage for 3 seconds. Gnomerugan is going to include a lot of nature damage, so this is a decent defensive ability, and it's going to really annoy balanced druids and rogues in PvP if you're fighting against someone with this. Next up, Tailoring gets the Neuro-Linked Arcano-Filament Monocle. Nice simple name there, thanks Blizzard. A cloth helm that has 10 stamina, 11 intellect, as well as increasing damage and healing from spells by 22. Restores 4 mana per 5 seconds, and a 10-minute on use is actually a throughput ability, reducing the mana cost of all abilities by 50% and increasing damage and healing done by 50 for 12 seconds. So this is absolutely insane guys. As a Shadow Priest main, I'm so glad that I've got Tailoring. The stats are great alone, but that on use is absolutely incredible. 12 seconds of half mana spells that deal increased damage. I am seriously excited for casters in Phase 2. I've been playing Shadow in Phase 1, to say the least. It's been painful. Hardly get invited to any groups, and when I do, most people flame me. But Phase 2 is going to be my time, I can feel it. Finally then, for Blacksmithing, there's the Reflective True Silver Brain Cage. A plate helm with 14 stamina, 15 intellect, and increases damage and healing done by spells by 21. And the on-use ability prevents silence, interrupt effects, and spell pushback for 10 seconds. So one for the paladins here. It's absolutely going to be best in slot for holy paladins, and that on-use is absolutely insane for PvP. If you're partying up in a new Stranglethorn Vale event as an alliance player, you're going to want a Holy Paladin by your side. This time around though, it isn't just the crafters getting all the love. Alchemists and enchanters will find a couple of new recipes which can bring more utility and throughput into their own gameplay, rather than simply creating things that they can use and sell to make a little extra gold. So the example given for enchanters is the Enchanted Sigil Innovation. It's an on-use item that when used grants 20 damage and healing with spells and increases attack power by 20 for 30 minutes. It's got a 30-minute cooldown, so you can have this up permanently. Alchemists are going to be able to make a new soulbound potion for their own use, the Mildly Irradiated Rejuvenation Potion. When used, it'll restore 262 to 438 mana and 340 to 460 health. It also increases attack power by 40 and damage done by all spells by 35 for 15 seconds. It's an absolutely amazing potion. It's going to be way better than just using your basic mana potions. So I think I'm going to have to level alchemy along with tailoring on my Shadow Priest to really get the most out of that character in PvP and PvE. But speaking of PvP, if you want to know more about the new Stranglethorn Vale event, click this video here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.